Welcome back to another edition of Campus Report. Today, Travis Weber will discuss how his fraternity is giving back to the community.
Sonia Rivera talks about the diversity on UNM's campus.
Amber James shows us what getting married can do to your bank account. I'm Shantae Coleman.
And I'm Cody Thomason. Stay tuned for another fun-filled edition of Campus Report.
Local coverage. Student perspectives. At the University of New Mexico. From the KNME studios, this is Campus Report.
Cancer is a deadly disease that can alter someone's life in the blink of an eye. Travis Weber has a story on how UNM's fraternity is fighting back against this deadly disease.
In today's world, cancer affects everyone, whether directly or indirectly. We're here at one fraternity at the University of New Mexico to find out how its members are dealing with the impact that this deadly disease has had on them. Ted Kircher is a member of Phi Gamma Delta and a senior at the University of New Mexico. Ted recently dealt with this disease after finding out that his mother Elizabeth had been diagnosed with breast cancer.
Well, like when we first found out, we thought that, you know, it was going to be something that we could treat, I mean, like through chemotherapy or whatever. And we knew that it was probably going to be terminal, but we were preparing ourselves to have more time with her than the amount of time we actually had.
Sadly, just 6 weeks after her diagnosis of breast cancer, Elizabeth Kircher passed away. Every year, 150,000 women are diagnosed with breast cancer, and of those women, 45,000 of them lose the battle. After Elizabeth's passing, Ted's fraternity brothers stepped to the forefront to help the Kircher family deal with their loss. Michael Westervelt is a freshman at the University of New Mexico and was one of many that helped to collaborate the idea for these sweatshirts.
Well, when we learned that Ted's mom had breast cancer, the idea first came up to have pink sweatshirts. After that idea, it was just kind of tossed around. We learned that his mother passed away, and when that happened, we took immediate action, went to Z Graphics, and designed a sweatshirt kind of on the spot.
Not only did the sweatshirts touch the Kircher family, the entire UNM Greek community bought into the idea.
Like my dad, he loves it. I mean, he doesn't really like pink, but he wears it and stuff. And I mean, my sister, you know, she wears it, I wear it, and it's one of those things that, I mean, it's nice when you're walking around campus and you see someone else wearing one, you're like, oh, you know, like not only did we design it, but every day it reminds me a little bit more of my mom, you know, and how much the Greek system at UNM just really comes together for everyone. I mean,
the support for the sweatshirts has been great. We've gotten more than we could actually handle. We had to reorder some. A lot of the sororities and the fraternities on campus actually have looked into them. A lot of the brothers in the house have gotten them, and also most of the sororities on campus have purchased them.
Westervelt says that as feel-good of an item as the sweatshirts may seem, they go much deeper than that.
Something anybody can purchase. It's $30, $20 of which is what the sweatshirt actually costs, $10 of which goes into a separate fund that the International Fraternity of Phi Gamma Delta has set up. That will go into a donation for breast cancer awareness.
As for future cancer research, Kircher couldn't think of anything better to donate it
to all the different events they have out there to help support the fight against cancer and stuff. And I don't think people fully realize like how much they actually do until something like this happens, you know, when it's so close that you can actually relate to it. I mean, you know, you get stuff in the mail that says, oh, you know, help support or whatever, but once it actually happens, you're like, yeah, I don't want anyone else to go through it. So
every year, millions of dollars are donated to cancer research. You can do your part to fight this deadly disease by contacting the American Cancer Society or go online at www.cancer.org/donate or stop by the Phi Gamma Delta House and pick up your sweatshirt. This is Travis Weber reporting.
Issues about immigration and the legal status of many Mexicans has always been a hot issue. One major concern has been the impact immigration has on employment in the United States. But there is another aspect of immigration that is hardly mentioned: education. Sonia Rivera reports.
In the past months, Americans have been hearing about various bills and measures that have been introduced in Congress about immigration reform, border security, employment, and the citizenship of immigrants. But one topic regarding immigration that politicians hardly speak about is post-secondary education. Carla Cota, a UNM student, says being an immigrant has helped and motivated her to get a college degree.
It has helped me in a lot of ways. I see how people here don't appreciate the opportunities they're given.
Opportunities like free education. Unlike the United States, most students in Mexico experience the cost of tuition at an early age, which makes getting an education difficult.
It's very difficult to go to school because you have to pay since the beginning. And here you have free school, free public school, scholarships, financial aid, and stuff like that that helps you out. And there's a lot of opportunity here in this country.
The opportunity of a better career and a better life is what most immigrants search for. Cota's parents weren't able to go beyond an elementary education, a fact they used to motivate their daughter.
They always told me that it's better you go to school because then you don't have to work like us. And I mean, I've seen their lives and it's just motivated me to do better.
These 4 students have taken that motivation and turned it into a drive to succeed at UNM, a place Mayra Muñoz says is very inviting.
There's different people that come from different places, not only from Mexico, and I think that they're really respectful and they, instead of judging you for what race you are, they welcome you in.
A sentiment echoed by enrollment numbers. According to UNM's Spring 2007 official enrollment report, Hispanics have made up the second highest group during spring semesters for the past 5 years. Hispanic enrollment has also increased 7.22% in those 5 years, while white non-Hispanic enrollment has gone down 10.14%. But this doesn't mean Hispanic students have been without some problems. Barraza shares an experience where he felt discriminated against by a professor.
Well, it's like, let's say there was like a discussion or something. I was never picked to give my opinion or something like that. And eventually I just talked to him and, you know, he admitted he was doing that and we just got over it.
A move Daisy Acosta says will help immigrants succeed and clear up common misconceptions about immigrants and their abilities.
And we're not limited. We're totally capable of doing anything we want. It's just, you know, for us to have the will, for us to, you know, say, you know what, I don't care what society says, I'm going to go for it.
So for these students, being an immigrant has been much like a bridge to success. For Campus Reports, I'm Sonia Rivera.
Summer is around the corner and everyone is looking forward to a dip in the pool. But with the recent bad weather in Albuquerque, there has been a delay in opening the pools. Many pools across the city have delayed their opening due to the recent weather problems. With the recent rain and snow that Albuquerque has received, pools have pushed back their opening dates. But the sun will come out soon for those who are looking forward to a tan or just to have some summer fun by the pool.
Couples around the nation are preparing for their big wedding day, but just how much will that big wedding day cost them? Amber James has the report.
As the saying goes, first comes love, then comes marriage. But what is not said is here's a multi-$1,000 wedding bill. According to the Cost of Wedding website, the average cost of weddings in Albuquerque is $24,000. Sunny Curiolason believes that outside pressures cause couples to spend thousands on their wedding.
There's this whole wedding industry that tells you it's got to be fancy, it's got to be the best, it's got to be sophisticated, it's got to be the night of your dreams.
Natalie Trevor says that although her caterer provided an elegant touch to her reception, the expense was too high.
Our caterer cost $6,000. They provided food, beer, and wine, and like linens and made it pretty and everything, but for 3 hours. Whatever, that's too much money. That is too much money.
Curiolason says that one key word drives up the cost.
The first thing I noticed when I started shopping for wedding stuff is that anything with the word wedding in the title is automatically 3 times as much, literally.
She believes that certain individuals promote an expensive wedding vision in order to cheat couples out of their money.
There are so many people who love to get you in that trap of the wedding dream, and I think it's a ripoff.
Curiolason says that knowing how the industry works will help couples not overspend on certain wedding items.
Even within the industry, if you let somebody know that you're comparing, you're shopping around a little bit, they will almost always come down on their price because it was inflated initially. So I think you just have to be a savvy shopper.
If you want to have the wedding of your dreams, be prepared to spend thousands. This is Amber James reporting.
Wow, who knew flowers and cakes could cost so much?
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. Weddings these days are becoming so expensive. Well, that's all we have time for today. I'm Cody Thomason.
And I'm Shantae Coleman. Thanks for watching.